It is the big 5-0, episode 50 in the challenge series. That feels like that should be some big landmark. And normally it would be, but considering we just had the season begin 2 episodes ago, it feels sort of not so big. It's like we more so go off of like multiples of 8s, not multiples of 10 here. Because every big championship is like every 8th week, every 2 months. So we're not going to have a championship until like episode 56. But we don't need a championship format for the racing to be dramatic here in the challenge series. I think we've learned that by now. So yeah, before we spend much more time in the main menu, in the opening screen, begin intro. And we are green from the first race of episode 50, Brands Hatch time, with 640 class vehicles. As we head to turn 2, we are on board with Martin Simpson in his truck. You've been hit by, you've been passed by, truck. Apparently this is a vehicle that wasn't in episode 49. Joseph Miller has a Honda Integra as well as his Civic. Kind of forgot that was a thing. Believe it or not, a track that's not as top speed oriented as such as Brands Hatch is actually benefits the trucks. They have good low range acceleration, but they tend to stall out at higher speeds. But that won't matter too much if we don't get over 140 miles an hour throughout the course of this whole race. Whereas the trucks don't really tend to struggle too much, it just kind of moves Travis Wild out of the way until about 155, 160 miles an hour. Kingsley's already made his way through more than half of the field through just a single lap of racing. And me versus Rebecca up here for P7 that Dakota's about to barge in on. I've been split by truck. Alright, that was interesting. I'm surprised they managed not to run into each other there, but Rebecca getting a little bit ahead of herself. Oh, curb. Oh, oversteer. All-wheel drive lets Kingsley finally drive away from that battle. What the heck was that? Very top-heavy, these trucks, so high-speed cornering can be a terrifying affair. The lead two are pretty well clear of the rest. Lynette Wilson is like a pretty distant third here. Not distant, it's 3 seconds, but still. That's a decent margin for only having done 2 laps, as Kingsley finds himself in the top 5. Has a run on McIntosh for P4, so he's going to also get that while he's at it. Can he get Wilson into 1? She's kind of dummied making a defensive move there, and then just went back. Dakota cares not, gets a huge exit out of turn 1, and he's now up into P3. As much as Lynette wanted to try and challenge on the outside, I think she just kind of knew that that wasn't ever going to happen. Mika Harris has been in control of the race so far. But she's got 2 trucks in her mirror. I don't really know what I'd be thinking about her. I know what I myself am thinking. Oh Christ. These two, they don't like each other. Pretty sure I know what's about to happen next here. Just hope whatever happens, it doesn't... Nope. Big slide. Luckily these 2 are dirt track racers. They know how to recover a sliding car. Especially a sliding car with all-wheel drive. So that if these two do something stupid, I know I said the funny, they manage to not collect someone else. Mika is pretty far away, so I don't think she's under any threat of being caught up in whatever happens, but Wilson and McIntosh aren't too far away from them. The wreck's bad enough they may not have anywhere to go to avoid it. Yeah, there it is. Apparently neither of them DNF from that, but they obviously will both have quite a bit of damage to their vehicles.
Welcome, punch!
Oh Jesus. Oh, red flag the damn thing already. We're really glutton for punishment, aren't we, folks? Race 2 of the episode takes us back to the Nordschleife. Honestly, I didn't think I'd be saying that this early. Yeah, I guess a lot of the drivers wanted to do that again after its first appearance at the end of Season 1 in the Group 3 Championship. But now they want to tackle it in their road-going cars, so this can only spell disaster. You already see Ambrosio Reyes getting supremely out of shape out of that corner. We have to use the 24-hour layout because we need to have, you know, a pit road that's like bigger than a couple of vehicles long. And I also just kind of figured, well, if we use the 24-hour layout, it'll spread out the drivers at least a little bit before we get into the actual shit show of the circuit, that is, the actual, like, shit show part of the circuit. Alright. Ping pong. Riley and Wayne exchanging ridiculous dive bombs, and Dedrick Schwartz says, thank you very much, I'll just take both of them. Riley doesn't like that idea and tries to turn Dedrick for it too. Yeah, obviously our POV is on Dedrick Schwartz in his new 760 spec Porsche 911 something or other. That. Alright. Alright! Okay then. Conce Drifto! Dom, what are you doing? He was gonna catch some big air here. No one? Really? That's lame. We caught DePrisco sleeping there. Whoops. Seriously, Terrence Blackwell or Blackpool, and like only his third race here, he gets air there, and his car gets absolutely uppercutted by the racetrack. Oh Jesus fucking Christ! That's an amateur move right there. Just collect the back two cars on the grid. Reyes just got absolutely screwed by that. Now both Vipers have a bunch of damage, and Carly Watts in her GT isn't much better off. I was blatantly dumb. Now ahead of this, it's a battle for third between Barbara and Eric. Like Barbara will pull ahead. Eric is trying to make a pass on a part of the track that's not there. I think Dorica, with her damage, just trying to get out of Dedrick's way, just there. We saw the turn signal come on. Oh. Not much real estate being given. Eric, ooh boy, just about turned Schwartz on that turn. Turned him on that turn. That sounds redundant. My god, keep it on the road, guys. It's just the Nordschleife. It's not that hard. Oh god. Well, that's scary. Just about made that work. Just like that, Dedrick Schwartz is on the heels of the leader. It's going to be a battle between the Porsches here at the I almost said the Nordburgring. No, the Nordschleife. Seems quite appropriate. Two German drivers, two German cars, one German racetrack. Stephanie is taking the carousel in a very new way. I've certainly never seen it taken like that before. Except we left our turn signal on. Oh! Uh-oh. 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 Thunk. Well, that's not quite how I foresaw that battle ending. Oh, Jesus, we almost saw another dumb merge. Just a gridlock going on here. Everyone's running slightly different lanes heading through YouTube corner. It's the great Jake train of 2022 up here. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh! Dom did well to avoid that. Parker did not care, he just went straight through. It was at this moment that he knew he messed up. There we go. So see, everything goes here. Jake hits the bump wrong, he spins. Eric hits the bump wrong, he spins. Darika's freaking out, trying not to run into Eric, so she spins. Barbara's just running away from the chaos. Tater Chip, I think, understeers and slides off into the gravel. Dom just takes himself and his teammate through the chaos. And Parker says, I'm just gonna drive straight through the damn chaos, shove my teammate out of the way, in order to lose little time. Is there anybody on this racetrack with no car damage? Well, Schwartz doesn't have any. You do, you do, you do, you do, you do. Yep, 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 yep. 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 Yes. Yes, you two are absolutely destroyed. So yeah, Dedrick Schwartz, as he heads onto the back straightaway, is the only car on the racetrack without any damage on their vehicle. That still might not matter too much, because Barbara's Corvette's got a lot more horsepower than that Porsche does. And you can just see the closing rate here. 220 on the Vette, not even 200 on the Porsche. It comes down to this, more or less. And Dedrick does not throw it away. And so, at least one of the German drivers is going to get the win. It's actually going to be a Germany 1-2, as out of the Nordschleife exits Dedrick Schwartz for the victory. Barbara Page, second place. Darika Zoya barely holding off Dom DePrisco to finish on the podium with them. And Pacific Spirit 4-5. And that really hit Jake hard too. He couldn't get his car straightened back up. So yeah, maybe that'll make people think twice about how badly they want to race the Nordschleife, because unless your name is Dedrick Schwartz, you're coming out of this race with at least a little bit of repairing to do. Some repairs will be easier than others, but this is definitely going to be a big hit to the pocketbook for Terrence and Ambrosio. So, yikes. And race 3 of this episode is green, and don't be too confused by the leaderboard, because this is simply a multi-class event. 12 is 680 cars, take to the same track as, well, that's not a ad. Let me spectate the Ferrari! Get back here! Twelve 680 class cars are taking the same track as 8 600 class cars. I think I already know what goes wrong here. Well, Francesca had the moves done, but didn't have the braking done. cuts turn 1 and 2, and the curbs don't like when you do that to them, so now you get to sit there in the timeout chair and think about what you've done. And she even gets passed by the 600 class cars. Cedric Schwartz looking to capitalize off some momentum from yesterday's race at the Nordschleife. Meanwhile, further back, Barbara and Thrasher trying to battle in some understeer machines. We are riding on board with Stephanie Kaiser for this event. What the heck was that beep about, I wonder? Oh. Tyler just kind of cut Stephanie off a wee bit there. Bradley Hunter looking for third on one of the hometown Pedanzi guys. He ain't gonna get it. Not here, anyway. Two Supras tangle up in the Scari, and Stephanie attempts to take advantage. Kinda gets forced onto the scenic route by McIntosh on the exit. Outdrags Akira. And that is, well, that's 1 of 4 laps. John Garrison takes the lead with a superior acceleration and horsepower figures. Schwartz has the slipstream, and he's probably got the better cornering grip though, so will he take it back from him? What a bit of defensive driving, and the answer is yes. Interesting lines. Some unique defensive driving from Thrasher. Can't say I've seen that one before. He's now 2 with Barbara, and Stephanie is not waiting. They're going to be 3 wide through Curva Grande. And Stephanie's going to take the pair of them in that split decision there. Francesca's still not ahead of Thomas O'Reilly, who's the leading car in 600. Bradley Hunter had another run set up on Fernando Pedanzi. That also has taken him nowhere. That's actually just brought him right into view of Stephanie. We've got a way better exit from Ascari, and might just out-drag the drag racer. Yep. The drag racer, though, will attempt to at least out-drag Fernando. Turns more into out-brake, but he might finally have that settled. Nope, he gets oversteered. Negative sides of driving a muscle car, I guess. Francesca has finally re-entered the top 12. Oh, we're battling for the lead. Oh shit. Oh, and Stephanie was right there. Stephanie could do little but wait for these two to battle. And then, well, that would enable her to pick up the scraps at the bare minimum, as John Garrison's exit was hampered by Schwartz. Stephanie sees this, and she grabs P2 from him. Lapping just over a lap to go. Just over? What? What do I mean? Garrison slots himself back into P2 through the second chicane, but Stephanie is not done. And on exit, she seizes that back. Basically 5 cars nearly under a blanket for the lead. But Schwartz is taking advantage of the moment and attempting to drive away. Stephanie, however, isn't having that, and she's right back up to his doorstep. Now Garrison's just gonna have to fiendishly defend now that he's lost track of the leader. He's gonna keep 4th and 5th behind him, which, considering they keep battling, may not be all that hard. I probably should have been watching the 2 leaders. Stephanie just shoots around the outside of the first part of Ascari, and Dedrick Schwartz is caught completely asleep at the wheel. Yeah, it's Slipstream though. You might be able to try and take it back. I don't know. He will still have the Slipstream, and he has the long straightaway ahead of him as we begin the final lap of the race. Nope. As a matter of fact, he will instead be under threat from John Garrison for P2. So, Dedrick Schwartz, I don't think he will be repeating today. Man. It's by no means a comfortable lead, not with the top speed of this Corvette. Case in point. But obviously the Porsche is going to have the advantage the second the straightaways end. Relatively smooth Ascari for Stephanie Kaiser. I think it's just about enough to put this one to rest. Schwartz nowhere near. Fernando has finally lost the battle with Bradley Hunter. Bradley's been picking away at that Maserati since like turn 5. And so out of the last turn, clearly that Nordschleife shakeup didn't do too much to deter Stephanie Kaiser. As there she gets her own win. She gets her own win at Monza in the following day. Time is difficult to comprehend, apparently. And while there's no way they will cross the line in time, based on this margin, it's pretty safe to say that Thomas O'Reilly is going to go ahead and win the race of the 600 category. You know, the session's run out, which therefore confirms that much. Oh my god. Race 4. It's the world's fastest half mile. It's the Bristol Night Race, ladies and gentlemen. We haven't done this in a while. It's once again 640 class racing. And of course, racing at Bristol, Tyler McIntosh wouldn't miss this. What the balls is going on here? Vincent Houston making an absolute ass out of himself in turn 3 of the race. And alright, that's a record. You good there, Jake? No, obviously not. Neither is his teammate Brendan. Oh god, they almost collided. some of these drivers seem to be struggling for grip as Brendan gets snap oversteer again. Jake is still attempting to compensate for Lifto, a Volkswagen Bug. Sliding out of control and nearly puts his teammate Tyler in the wall. I think Rebecca Briggs is having the similar struggles up here. Not to the same degree, but still having the struggle. This is just ugly. The AI here don't know how to use the pit exit apron. Okay, yep, Tyler didn't like that, being slid up, Trevor sliding up in front of him. Vincent Houston continues to be a bozo. Takedown, alright. Not really too surprised by that. Oh. And Tyler has murked his teammate. Like, I should remind everyone that those are teammate cars under JSR, so already a great start for that team, and I thought the Pacific Spirits relationship troubles were bad. What the fuck? I think Trevor was trying to stop to wait for Tyler, but got rear-ended by Brianna Tao and has to pit in. Meanwhile, at the front, there is something resembling a battle for the win between like 3 cars that actually have some semblance of traction, following a lot of lap-down cars that very obviously do not have any of that. Yeah, I mean, sure enough, 2 of those 3 are pickup trucks with all-wheel drive. Tyler does not care for your drivetrain recommendations. Shoots on the outside and into the lead here at Fake Bristol. Tyler's over here honking at me like I can do anything about this crash in front of me. And he gets absolutely clobbered by that. Like, yeah, I'm not really turning anything. Nobody has any grip here. And I'm trying to slow down to avoid the wreck, and Tyler's like, oh, I'll just plow through her. Oh, I'm dead. What the balls? Alright, well now it's just a battle between my dad and Damien Kotexa for the victory here at Bristol. Tyler got eliminated from it, and so did Dakota, following the lap traffic kerfuffle there. Jesse Green with absolutely no traction up there. It's the final lap. And it looks like here, Damien Kotexa, former NASCAR Truck Series driver, he knows his way around Bristol. He's gonna get the victory here. Followed by my dad, followed by Tyler, who still managed third after getting dropped off by lap traffic. This is gonna be a very ugly conversation post-race. What the fuck was that about? Alright, well, there's gonna be, some heads are gonna roll after that one, I have a feeling. I'm angry. The reason that there was no grip is because the track officials used PJ1, a traction additive they used in drag racing, to try and make both lanes have grip. Well, all that did is they put so much down that it actually reduced the grip that cars had when they were traversing on the bottom lane. Which is where everyone was going, because that's kind of the natural thing. There are only a few drivers that actually knew to run the high lane if the low lane had no grip. Such as Tyler, who basically eats, sleeps, and breathes Bristol, Tennessee. So, he does everything short of live there, the man, I swear. He calls it his home away from home. I imagine everybody else also pissed at the track crew for messing that up. Because there was a race here the other night in Whelen Modified, and there was absolutely no problem. Nobody had any grip problems whatsoever. Now suddenly here, everyone's sliding around like they're trying to get into fucking Daily Driven Exotics or something, or Hyperdrive. And then, well, I'm in no doubt in my mind, Tyler is angry at Trevor Graham. I mean, he intentionally wrecked him for chopping him into turn 1, as well as sliding up on him on the lap before that. And for all their other previous run-ins, episodes 39 and 45, mostly the main examples of that. He probably had an argument or two during JSR team meetings too, wouldn't be surprised. And then probably also noted all the lap traffic, because, well, I mean, the lap traffic not being able to find where the grip was on the track. I mean, I was in that lane because I was trying to find grip, I just could not. But you won't hear that, I'm sure. What in the actual shit? Anyway, I can dwell on that. Race 5, final round of the episode, and we do not have any roulette race for you today. It is a 720 event here at Deep Forest. Thomas, where in the name of God are you going? I guess there's no grip out there. Fuck. On board with the, almost said Alpha 458, what? Ferrari 458 of Eric Wojciechowski. Hopefully this race actually goes as planned. You know, we actually have a race and not a sliding contest. I mean, we had Thomas spin out, but I think that was driver error. That's not, you know, a track malfunction like we just had at Bristol. A little bit of a bump. It's not like Eric had a whole lot of room to do anything else. Gemini was just kind of forcing him on that inside, right onto that curb. This car can't just rotate like that unless he's going to pull the e-brake. Never mind, ahead of Taniguchi into turn 1 for the start of lap 2. Huh? Some traffic here going through the middle part of the track. Pretty much pack racing if you ignore the top two. And then me and Nico Mizoda are pretty well clear of the rest of the field. Ultimately, I think it's Travis Wild that's creating this train. Certainly helped Eric a lot, no doubt on that. The most space. Eric's made it work though. So now he's on his way after the lead two, who are pretty much specks in the distance for him right now. Now, not really so much so. And I just got ratioed there, alright. And when he misses the hairpin, kind of, he misses the apex. Well, Mizoda, let's see that redemption arc of yours. Starts here. Can you hold off probably the series' winningest driver, period? Especially when that driver is at the height of his glory right now. Oh, he's just gonna go for it. I don't think Mizoda was ready for that, but he manages to hang on to the lead for the moment anyway. Ferrari versus Ferrari, the final lap begins. And they're going to be pretty much at a dead heat, braking for T1. But Eric's got the inside, so allegedly... Yep, the ball's in his court, and he's just scored. And now the man will just go to work, basically securing the bag. He's turning this shit into an art form, I swear. He was the winningest driver in the original run of the Challenge Series, back on Assetto Corsa, with the only driver with 2 championships and double-digit wins. And he's looking to add another one to his total here at Deep Forest, but something tells me Eric's not the kind of guy to keep count. I think he has probably another 5-6 wins in this run of the Challenge Series, and I think he has at least 1 championship. So, tally another one for Eric Wojciechowski here at Deep Forest. Very straightforward. Mizzotto and myself will complete the podium. Nope. So, we've definitely kind of had the bar graph of excitement. Not that this race was boring, but it also was like, you know, a good clean race, I guess. We didn't have any big disastrous crashes or payback. We just had a race and a pass and a winner. And honestly, after the last 2 races we've just had, well, Monza wasn't bad, but Brantouch got called a half a lap early. The Nordschleife had 19 of 20 cars with major damage to the vehicle. Monza was relatively normal, and then Bristol was whatever the fuck Bristol was. So, Deep Forest provides another solid, standard fare, decent race to cap off episode 50.